Hello and welcome to another edition of the E-commerce Odyssey podcast. Today we're going to talk to Lauren Schwartz about Lauren Schwartz from the Loft 325, and we're going to talk about all things TikTok and specifically about how businesses can use TikTok to their advantage. So, Lauren, imagine that I've just come off Mars. I've just come from the planet Mars, and I don't know anything about. Well, maybe imagine I know what the internet is, but what is TikTok?
It's obviously an engagement platform. So it's a platform where you essentially go to be entertained. It's very different from obviously Facebook and Instagram in that people who are on TikTok are consuming content at a much faster pace. And they really just want to sit and be entertained. I mean, essentially that's what it is. TikTok is your entertainment platform.
Okay, so what kind of content do people create on TikTok?
So, I mean, a lot of brands and people are really just, I mean, it's everything. There's, DIY, there's
But no, is it
dances,
videos? Is it video? Is it
oh,
text?
there's,
Is it?
yeah, videos. Yeah,
Imagine
videos
I'm
only.
from Mars. Imagine I'm from
Right.
Mars.
So it's videos only. So it's just all, yeah, video consumer content.
And how long are the videos?
It depends. Most of them are less than 15 seconds. And again, they're all genres. So from cooking to dancing to DIY to tech to, I mean, anything. It's anything that you can consume in a video that is short attention span. I think people think that TikTok is just only like a dancing platform, but there's actually a ton that's on it, a ton that you can actually watch and consume while you're on the.
So what is success? So you do a video, how do people interact with the video? Can they click through to another website, or is it how does it work?
Yeah, so as you're scrolling through it and you see something that pops up, you can like it, engage with it, and then you can essentially click onto their profile where they have other links that you can view and kind of dive more into. Obviously, there are ads on TikTok that you can essentially click on to shop now to go to another, go to the website to actually purchase the product. So it is, I mean, there are ads, there is content, but yes, you can essentially look at everything within the platform, but then click out to go and see other products.
So am I right in saying that it's a bit like in other social media platforms, you have the organic TikTok and you have paid TikTok?
You do, but with paid TikTok, it still looks like a TikTok. So I think that's kind of the difference when you're thinking like paid and organic. Like with on TikTok, when you're actually on the platform and consuming the content, if you're making ads for TikTok, you want to make it look like it's a regular TikTok piece of content. So making sure that you're staying up with the trends, making sure that you're, staying up with the content that's being produced on TikTok so that as someone's scrolling, it looks like you're just watching a TikTok, but then it has at that little, bottom corner, a shop now or learn more. So if you're scrolling through it and you don't know that it's an ad, then you've done a really good job of creating a solid piece of content for TikTok.
Okay. So presumably so first of all, what kind of business features does TikTok have?
So it has everything as far as what you would normally get on like a Facebook ads manager. So you can still run campaigns, you can still run lead generation, you could still run audience testing, all that kind of stuff. It literally is like the same similar platform to Facebook as far as like running paid acquisition. It's just a different channel. So like I said, it's similar but different.
So with okay, so let's just perhaps we can talk about organic TikTok and then we'll talk about paid TikTok. So if I'm a business and I want to create a TikTok bit of paid, so a bit of organic TikTok, what process should I go through, and what process should I go through? What does success look like, and how do I measure success?
Yeah, so with organic TikTok, the first thing that I would do is I would look at what's trending. So when you first go onto the app, there's a whole section of what's trending. So it's trending sounds, trending sounds, trending like topics, hashtags, all that kind of stuff. So I would start going through and just seeing like, okay, what's actually trending on TikTok right now? And as you're kind of scrolling through, you can essentially like make notes, save them, and see how you could apply that to your business. So if there's certain things that, someone's talking about for a product, one of the big things was TikTok made me buy it. That's a huge hashtag, and it translates for paid and organic. But something like that, you can look and see how people are talking about products, how people are talking to the consumer, and essentially just start making notes of like, okay, this is what is trending, this is what we can do, and then translate that into your business to make it more of an organic style TikTok, and really just start to like build on the organic of trends, audio, and what's really happening within the app. Because as you start doing that, you're going to start being seen on the For You page more. You're going to be starting to
the For You page. Sorry, what's that?
Yeah. So within TikTok, you have the people you follow and then the For You page. So the For You
Literally
page.
For You. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like things, as you start to like engage with the app more, the For You page is going to start giving you new people to follow, new like, trends. Like if you are liking these things or interacting with these things, then it's basically going to build out a whole like For You page where you can scroll through and find new audiences, new people, new people to follow. And basically just you could start to build your account that way. So the algorithm teaches you that, this is who you are liking. So this is what I'm going to serve you more of.
So we're slave to the algorithm as ever.
Yeah.
We're just
Is
doing
it
it
like,
says. Computer
it's
says do
it's
this.
always, yeah. I mean, any
So
app or, yeah.
where does it okay? So could I, if I I'm as a business create some organic content, would I be looking, what would success look like? Would it just be views? Is it kind of brand building, or is it literally, would people click through to my my product and buy it?
It would be your engagement. So it's people that are interacting with your posts. So are you getting a lot of impressions? Are you getting people, a lot of comments, a lot of likes? Like if you're getting people who are actually engaging with your organic TikTok, then that's a good way to measure how you're doing. So you can have one post that maybe the engagement is, 300, and then you can get another post, that you post organically that will get 12,000. So it just kind of depends like how you're essentially positioning it. And it's a lot of trial and error. Like you have to kind of go on as a brand, look and see what trends are trending. And then once you kind of start to figure that out and figure out, what people want to see from your content, then you can kind of start to build a better organic strategy of, okay, well, this is starting to trend really well. This is what people are going for my account. This is when I'm going to start kind of leaning more into, and then really just testing and seeing like what will get people to engage.
So what you're saying is this, you're not saying that people are clicking through to a site. You're saying it's about it's about brand building. It's about building awareness for a brand. It's not about making sales directly.
For organic, that's
okay,
what it's doing.
Okay, let's talk about paid search then. So if I want to create a paid search campaign, how do I go about it? What are the options, and how do I know if it's worked?
Again, so it's testing, really working with, seeing what's trending on, within Facebook, or I'm sorry, within TikTok, and essentially taking the trends and building it around your product. So if you're a brand and you have a specific product, or if you have, mostly it's about a product. So if you're looking to build that specific product, then taking the trends and putting that towards your product, and then getting people to click. Obviously, it's mostly click. So you want people to click through to your website. So essentially that's what you're trying to gauge as far as like how people are getting to your website, what, are people actually going to your website, purchasing? But mostly it's clicks that you want to see who is clicking on your ad.
Okay, so it's driving traffic. So what would you say is a good performance? I mean, what kind of cost of sale, or as a percentage, would you think is achievable on TikTok?
I mean, I think it depends. Right now it's been, I mean, I think from like Facebook to TikTok, if you're, if you're getting a low CPA within, like less than $100, obviously that's huge. If you're within like the $20-$30 range, like, again, your CPAs are pretty good. And I would say that's probably like the amount of money that you're spending with the cost of people actually clicking through. That would be what you're kind of measuring as far as like your percentage. So like if you're getting low spend on your clicks, then you're, essentially doing pretty good. Like you're doing good. And then obviously getting people to purchase. So, if you have a really high click-through rate, like over a 2 or 3, and then you're having,
2-3%.
percent, yeah.
Yeah.
Which obviously is very high. But if you are achieving those, then obviously your click-through rate is pretty strong. And then if you're having, a lot of purchases, then obviously the ad is doing what it needs to be doing.
So am I right in saying, so you're saying that a good, if $30 is a good cost of acquisition, then presumably you're going to be wanting to sell a product for north of $100 to make that worthwhile. So is it really that these products need to be reasonably high ticket to make this work?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think right now, just with like CPAs, they're pretty high across the board with Facebook and Instagram. I mean, I think it depends. Again, it kind of depends on your product too, like your COGS, like what exactly, is the price of your product? What is the price of, the amount of money you're spending? Like there's a lot of things that go into it in order to essentially get the achievements that you need. So if you're spending a lot of money on TikTok and getting a low CPM, I mean, I think it's one of those things where, it's kind of like it's just a game of figuring out like what exactly is going to be the right amount to spend. Are these ads working as far as, if it's a low ticket item, but then a high CPA, then it's probably not going to work because essentially you're not.
Is it charged on a cost per click basis or a CPM basis?
It depends. It depends on kind of how you're setting up the account and how what are you measuring within the account? So are you measuring CPAs, CPMs? Are you measuring MER? Are you measuring ROAS? Like, I think it just kind of depends on what you're measuring as far as your brand goes. So it just.
And what I mean is, what are the charging options? So on Google Ads, it's normally you get charged per click. So when you go a TikTok ad, you charge per impression or you charge per click?
Usually per click.
Okay.
And again, it kind of depends on what you're testing for, but usually per click, cost per click.
Okay. So what kind of creative is required for TikTok?
So for TikTok, it's very much content creation. So utilizing people who understand the platform, utilizing people who understand the trends, and really making sure that they have content that's engagement worthy. So if you're a brand and you want to work with a content creator, or if you're a brand and you want to, kind of shoot the content yourself, making sure that you're looking at the trends, you're looking at how people are shooting content on TikTok to essentially take that styling and make it for your own brand. So really it's things that look super native to the platform, working with content creators that understand the platform, and you need to make it look not like an ad. So it has to, it has to be very native worthy.
So it shouldn't be too polished.
Yeah, I would say like high production type things. Most people know that it's an ad, especially on TikTok, because as you're looking through the feed, everything looks so organic. And then if you have a very nice, like polished, high-end looking ad, you're going to know it's an ad and you're probably just going to scroll right past it.
So you need to work really hard to make it look cheap.
No, I don't think you have to work really hard to make it look cheap, but I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, like, I think it just depends, like, what you have, but yeah, I think just more native it looks.
Can you give me some examples? Okay, so what I mean by what kind of creative is required? So you need a video. You need a video, and you need text, click-through text, and stuff like that. What is the actual assets that are required to run a campaign?
So obviously video assets, but I think the biggest thing with TikTok is that you want to get people to stop, watch your video for longer than 3 seconds. And so we like to call like a hook. So what's a good hook that you can get people to stop on your video? And a lot of times it's, a lot of people think it's, different like oddly satisfying things where it's, just like weird stuff where I don't know. I'm trying to think of like one. Like one could be that I've seen recently that was an ad, but it was this like boba that was talking about, blackheads for people. And it was someone like
Lovely.
on a green screen, but like, but that sort of thing where you're like, oh, why is there a big boba thing on the screen? Stuff like that. Like those are good hooks. Like you need to get people to stop and just see like what the heck is going on. Another trick that we've kind of been doing is if you have a lot of text on the screen, because people need to actually stop and read it, you actually get longer engagement times and longer video viewing times if you have a lot of text on the screen, and you can have kind of just a random video in the background. But if you have a lot of text, people have to actually stop, read it, and then it makes your video time go up higher, which then is obviously like a good metric as well. So I think it's just like it depends, but anything that can grab someone's attention quickly, making sure that you're again keeping people entertained, those are the types of videos that you want within the account so that people will continue to watch your videos.
Okay, so can you perhaps give me an example? So, if you were, perhaps give an example of a business you've worked with and how they went to create the campaign and how it worked.
Yes. Yeah, so we have a couple of brands that we work with, but one is a web-based service, for instance. So I'll use them for an example. But essentially what we've been doing for them that has been getting the most engagement is we've been taking trending audios that have been on TikTok and
just the audio, not the video.
The audio, yes.
So how do you find the audio? Because it's a video platform. So what do you mean by the audio?
Well, so there's video, but there's also audio within the video.
Oh,
and
right.
So so you can actually look at trending audios of what's actually trending. And then you can essentially take those. They have licensed and non-licensed ones. So you can take the non-licensed ones and put those in your ads. And essentially, because more people are going to search for that audio, your ad will pop up within their feed because of the audio trend. So that's
sorry, can you just stop me there? How does that work then? Because I know nothing about TikTok, right? So I thought that people just scroll videos. So do people effectively scroll the audio, or is it just the audio? Is it just people use the same audio on multiple videos and you can search for that audio?
It's both. So they're looking at videos, they're looking at audio, they're looking at hashtags. Like it's a lot that people are consuming within it. But as you start to scroll the platform, you'll start to see trending audios. Like, as you're scrolling the videos, you'll start hearing the sounds that people are using. And then you can start to know like, okay, this is obviously like a trending audio. And then you can take that audio, put it into your ad, the non-licensed ones, because you have to pay for the licensed ones, but you can take that audio, put it into your ad. And sometimes it's just, you sitting there. So for instance, one of the ads we did, it's for a health brand, and we just did different images of, different things that she was eating. And it was just like a quick, transition of all these different things she was eating with text on the screen and the trending audio. And that's one of our top performers right now. So it's the way that you're kind of shooting the content. It has to be quick cuts, quick text if you're going to be utilizing it, things like that. Like those are the types of things that are working right now.
Okay. So what about, do you work with creators at all, or is it just natively using the advertising system? Or
yeah, so I have content creators who work specifically with me. And so we essentially, myself and my other creative strategists, we actually will be pulling trends. We essentially pull trends on like a weekly basis, and we will send them over things to shoot, scripts to kind of work off of. And then our content creators will go and actually shoot that content specifically for
these
ads.
Are these influencers, or are they just people who make content?
They're just content creators. Yeah.
Okay. So That's interesting. It's all about capturing. It's having something short, which is similar to other stuff which is on TikTok, which has a hook in it. It uses trending information to get a message across.
Yep, exactly.
God, I've learned something about TikTok. So what kind of businesses does TikTok work best for?
I mean, really all businesses, there's a lot of brands on there that say, oh, I can't do TikTok, like it doesn't work for me, but it really is for every business. I mean, I think it's just a way that you have to position your brand, and it's the way that you talk to the consumer on TikTok is just different than how you would talk to them through obviously Google or Facebook and Instagram. Like you have to be on there knowing that you're going to be talking to a different audience, someone who's going to be consuming content quicker and wanting to see things at a much, faster pace.
But what's the demographic of TikTok? Presumably you don't want to be advertising hearing aids on TikTok.
I mean, you can. Because
it's probably a bad example. You know what I mean? It's a young audience, isn't it? So it's going to be young. It's going to be.
But it's actually not. And I think that's the misconception that so many people TikTok is that everyone thinks like, oh, it's just, it's a younger audience. They're only in their 20s. But a lot of, older people are actually watching TikTok. I mean, my dad actually, he's going to be 70 and he's on TikTok. He's not necessarily posting videos, but he's on it, so it's like, I think it's just, it depends. Like, I think, again, there's this misconception that it's only for a younger generation, but, it's so many people are on it. Like I said, I just don't think maybe the older generation just isn't posting as much, but there are older people on there that are, posting content. So I think like making, you can definitely advertise to anyone on TikTok because someone's going to watch it. And even if it is a younger generation, if you are selling to that younger audience, the younger audience has parents, they can obviously look at the content and say like, oh, like I could give this to my mom or dad or my, grandma or whatever, and essentially, buy the product for them. So I don't necessarily think you should like count yourself out for older audiences because there are older demographics on there.
Okay. So what about, I run a business that is a retailer. So we have several thousand items. We like kind of programmatic things that mean we don't have to, because we've got thousands of items we sell across a big catalog. We don't do too much of any one product. We don't own any brands. Would TikTok work for us, or is it only really for brand owners?
You could definitely do that. I would say with something with a larger catalog, I would focus just more on your best sellers because again, like if you have 5,000 products, like that's a lot of products. Obviously you can't necessarily make content for 5,000 products, but if you have like a core set of products that does really well, then you could essentially take those products and sell them to a new audience because essentially TikTok would be your new audience. So I would focus mostly like on your top sellers for TikTok.
Okay. Well, it's been very interesting. I've learned a lot about TikTok. I think I might, because I just go onto it and I see, cats, people jumping into pools, pranking people, stuff like that. Maybe I should take another look. So look, I've got my last question for you. I like to ask a fairly random question at the end. What are you nerdy about?
Yes.
What's your thing?
Yeah. We were talking about it before, but yeah, Schitt's Creek. Love that show, and definitely am very nerdy about that show.
So you got like this kind of thing, but is this done on purpose? So you've got Schitt's Creek, lots of Schitt's Creek stuff, and then you've got some cost stuff. I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of product or something?
Oh yeah, the stuff on the side. Yeah, that's actually the stuff that I shoot for my clients.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's like all their products.
There's a bit of product placement.
Yeah. It's kind of a messy product placement, but yes, it's definitely there.
And I'm digging the jumper as well. You got this kind of rainbow pink jumper.
Yeah.
So it's all good. It's all good. Lauren, thanks very much for your time. It's lovely to hear about TikTok, and good luck for the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Trevor.